You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polow and Telle, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. Telle, is that you?
Why your voice so clear today? What's going on?
What you mean, so clear?
I don't know, bro. You sound like you might be on the radio show or something.
This is episode 128 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, is brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com as well as our Patreon producers. Shout out to you for producing, and thank you for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. A.B. Aaron Brown, Dre, the GOAT G, Jaleesa, Ked the Pro, Explicitly, Monique Williams, Nachi, and Shanti. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the show. Couldn't do this without y'all. It's greatly appreciated. Happy December 1st, Montel.
Yo, it is. It's December. Cold outside, apparently.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It ain't cold outside.
No. Yeah. It's crazy that it's already December 1st, man. Maybe we should start getting into that winter anime.
I mean, soon, right? When did we say next week, the week after?
I think we said next week.
Okay.
So look forward to that. Next week will be our winter preview episode where we start to dive into the winter anime that we're going to pick up. Hopefully find some sleepers and discuss some stuff. This week's going to be a little bit different, though. We've watched some new stuff, apparently. And we also wanted to discuss that Cowboy Bebop Netflix series. But remember, this anime podcast is brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. Okay? You can follow us on Twitter at MicCheckWaifu and on Instagram at MicCheckWaifu. You can follow our individual Twitters at PoloBornFly and at King Telliano. Thank y'all so much for the follows we've been getting there. We appreciate y'all for joining us and having a conversation about anime on Twitters. Tell, where should we start? Let's start off with episode of the week this week. What was your episode of the week?
This week was a little rough for me on the episode of the week side. I'm gonna probably go with the new anime I watched since I watched the first episode of it called Link Click.
Okay.
Really, really, really solid first episode.
Okay, Link Click. That's interesting.
Yeah, I got it from Sundari on Twitter. She recommended it, so I watched it, and yes, it seems like it's gonna be good.
Okay, seems like it's gonna be good. For me, episode of the week is Platinum In. Yep, I did it. This episode of the week. Now,
I thought you might say that too. That's funny.
Now, it isn't because it was great or anything like that.
True.
It was a good episode, but
for Platinum In.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it the most improved show this week, to be honest.
Okay.
And in other forms of conversation, Ranking of Kings, I'm not really enjoying as much as everybody else. I know a lot of people that listen to this podcast is going to hear that and probably not agree with me. But to be honest with you, I think it's just okay. I don't think it's as spectacular as everybody, is claiming. It's cool. Mm-hmm. It's a good show. It's adorable. I don't think I care about it as much as I thought I would.
To add to that, I actually really like Ranking of Kings. I think I'm going to be disappointed though with the way that they're handling this, like the way it seems, right? Mm-hmm. Because I think the whole trope is that he's powerless, and if they give him some kind of like massive power upgrade, like I want him to be strong, but I want him to be strong like almost like in a finesse way. Which if they make
That's exactly
him,
what it's gonna be. It's not.
If they make him strong in like a finesse way, I guess I can deal with that.
It's so predictable. That's exactly what it's gonna be.
But if they, I'm just saying, if they made him strong and like, oh, all of a sudden he's got like this insane power,
No.
I will be pissed.
It doesn't even look like it's headed that way. It's definitely headed the way of the finesse route, which is cool, which is fine. I don't know, something about it. I think I'm bored. I think that's the only way I can explain it. I'm bored with it. I'm more entertained by other shit this season. To be honest, Jobless episode was just fired just as much as it's been, but like I said, I'm gonna give it to Platinum Man only because it was the most improved episode this week for me. Because it was almost, I would say it was about it did about a 180 degree turn from what it's been.
So just to touch on that real quick, I thought this episode of Platinum Man was not good. I think
crazy.
I think it was. Hear me out. And
this is the most development we've ever gotten.
Yes, I agree with that entirely. Like, I think it was good for Platinum End, but I think realistically it wasn't actually a good episode. Like, if we compare it to like what we've actually been watching, what we have in comparison to, the only reason it's a good episode is because we're missing out on shit like 86 this week. You know, I don't think if 86 came out with an episode this week, you would have been like,
no, I'm gonna disagree.
Okay.
I still think this is a good episode because it's finally something to clamor to, some actual progression with a character, i.e. being that one boring chick that's been in the show for how many episodes and she's just been useless. It was necessary.
I guess so.
It was.
I guess we'll talk about it. I don't feel the same. I thought it was still
necessary growth for me.
Medium trash. I think it was definitely necessary growth, but I still think it's like mid-tier trash.
Yeah, no, the show's still bad, but I think that episode was fire. I am going to talk about a show though that I did watch, brand new show. I turned it on late at night one night, a couple of nights ago. It was around like 9 o'clock. I turned it on. When I turned it on, I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, okay.
It's a slice of life.
We know you and your slice of life bag all the time.
Yeah. And it's called 1 Week Friends.
Come on.
Now, the premise of this is an older show. This show came out in 2014. It came out in the spring of 2014, actually. And it's about a guy who wants to be friends with the loner in school, the girl. The girl is, I guess I can say because it's like literally the first few minutes of the episode. The girl has a problem where she loses the memory of her friends every week. So every Monday, all of her friends that she's met and dealt with, gone. She don't remember who they are, what they're about. And Our main character, his goal is he wants to become friends with her. Like his entire existence is to try to become friends with this girl because he feels like, she needs it. He's just an all around good dude. Now, this is one of those shows that have the most incredible side characters in a slice of life. Like, the main character is fine. He's an average main character, but the one that don't feel comfortable with confessing his love. But he has a best friend that is incredible, who is extremely what's the word I'm looking for? Mundane, blunt, but super honest, and like the way that's only right for their type of friendship. It's incredible. Right. It's an incredible show. And the way he bounces between trying to see how he's going to deal with the fact that they had this incredible week together and she forgets it on Monday. And he has to like cope with that because now you have to reintroduce yourself again. And now you have to try to become friends again in this situation. And when you find out what happened to her, it's pretty deep. It's a pretty deep anime that it's funny because I don't want to say that. It's just a great show that I'm not gonna say that. It's just a good show.
So I want to say I love how you talked about how the character has to cope with the situation, and on top of the fact that you said the side characters are impressive, right? Like, because side characters, we talked about it before on the podcast, they really tend to, like, sometimes they can really make a really good foundation for an anime or a show in general. Yeah, if your side characters are trash, they can break it. If your side characters are great, they can save it. Because, like you said, the main character wasn't all that. He was cool.
Oh, he's not bad. He's not bad at all. He's not bad, but he's not great.
But those side characters make that big impression to make that main character kind of shine in certain scenarios.
Absolutely.
I think I want to pick it up because One Week Friends sound like it's really good the way you described that premise.
Yeah, just imagine.
I couldn't imagine having to cope with that, bro. It's like oh, we best friends, and the next week completely forgot.
Yeah, so the art is so perfect. It's so great for the show. It's like amazing because what it does is it does this thing with because the girl in the show. In the first episode, the girl is known to be this hard, cold-hearted chick that don't want to be friends with nobody. That don't talk to anybody. That just do her work and just keep it moving. So she has these dark and dead eyes towards everybody until she becomes friends with somebody and she opens up to her real self, and it's the most adorable thing ever. Sad as hell in a situation like this because of how she goes about it, which is smart because like. If you can't keep friends, why try to make them? So to make her high school career easy, she just don't try to make them. And our main character's job is to try to turn that around. That was his entire goal. It's a good show. I really enjoyed it. If I had to rate it personally, I would give it about a 78 or 7.8. That'd be me personally, but
that's crazy. That's pretty good. I mean,
I think it's because it's beautiful. Music's great. Character's phenomenal. No real reason to not pick this one up. 1 Week Friends. Check it out. What about you, Telle? You said you watched something else new, right?
Yeah, so I watched anime called Link Click.
Yeah.
As I talked about earlier, I got it from recommendation on Twitter from Sundari, and she has. It seems like she might have some good recommendations. So the anime starts off sitting on a couch with what appears to be our two main characters, just two guys. And it's a Chinese anime.
Oh, okay.
So the art style is kind of resemblance to that. It looks almost like a Solo Leveling, but a little bit softer, a little bit more painted kind of look. But it looks so nice. At least it looks so nice to me. It's a very stylized look. But the idea of the anime is this: the characters can go into the future or the past through someone else's memories. And how it works is they get all of the memories of what that person did in that scenario and all of that person's emotions. Essentially, they merge with that person that they kind of go in and try and get the memories of, whether it be the future or past. And their actions can change the future or past, but they're like morally, they're not allowed to do that. They're like investigators to get information and gather information to solve crimes and whatnot. In this first episode, they're like trying to solve like a bank transaction, seeing where someone spent money or how they stole money from a large corporation and whatnot. And we get to see like this really interesting scenario where the character we meet in the first episode has some really like emotional stuff going on in life, where she misses her parents and she can't really express that to them because she doesn't want to disappoint them. She wants to make sure she appears like she's working super hard. And the main character, or one of the main characters, gets really involved in those emotions, and he does something that kind of changes the future for her. But not in a bad way. It does it in a very positive way for her life, but it's a small, subtle thing. And I think this anime, just in general, the implications from this first episode had some really, really cool and like what if moments, right? I'm really interested to see how it goes because the way that it kind of like tied everything in this first episode and then introduced what may be an ongoing issue as well at the very end, it just did some of these things so much better than like other anime that have these like really weird like cliffhangers and whatnot. So they did a really good job in this episode in terms of like giving you a taste, but not giving you too much to make you want to go to the next episode.
Interesting. So a nice little dip of the toe, for lack of better words.
Right. And we don't know the full scale of what they can do. It's just in this first episode, they essentially go into the past through this woman's memories and see what happened. And, you know, it's very interesting. I think I'm gonna probably finish it tomorrow or something. Just blow through it.
And for me, before we get into the main topic of this, which is the Cowboy Bebop Netflix live action series, I've also been watching today. I just started it today. Got to episode 10 out of 12 called Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Okay.
Oh.
This is not good. Not good at all. It's one of those Asterisk Wars, Shivery of a Fell Night shows, that kind of concept essentially. And if you know what show I'm referring to, you know, obviously Shivery of a Fell Night is one of Telle's top rated anime. It's just one of those high school boy deals with a bunch of girls and they fight, they do battles and deal with.
I've watched this.
Deal with other threats. Yeah, it's not good, but it's not entirely trash. I'm interested to finish it out. Like I said, I only got 2 episodes, so I'm interested to finish it out and see. It's not good, but it's not anything. I'm never going to recommend this to anybody. I am going to watch it for my own sake, just because I'm here. But it's something. I just decided to pick up something new since I didn't have 86 or other winter stuff to pick up on. So,
right.
Or for spring stuff. Sorry. I can't wait to talk about winter stuff though. I'm looking forward to that conversation next week.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be nice to see what's popping in for the winter season and what to start off next year with, because we got some stuff coming for next year. I know you and we already finished it, but a lot of people are gonna be happy for Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
So it's some stuff people are gonna be super excited for.
Are you excited for Attack on Titan?
No, I already read it.
Yeah, no. But are you excited to see it animated?
Not really. I'm if I've read it, I'm done with being excited for the animation. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because,
me too.
They've been disappointing me, bro.
I just don't even give a fuck about Attack on Titan at all anymore. And it used to be so close to being in it was in my top 10 at one point, and then it fell out of my top 10, and now I don't give a fuck about it no more.
Well, what did that for me was Promised Neverland, because it already had an ending that everyone didn't think was good, and then it just made a worse ending. How did you go worse, bro? How did you go worse?
I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But we're gonna watch it, I guess. Are we? Am I? I don't even know if I am. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might just leave it to you.
I didn't watch season 3 of Attack on Titan, I think.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I just don't give a fuck about it. All right. Live action Cowboy Bebop. Unfortunately, I asked Telle if he could watch it all, and I was gonna watch it all. I didn't watch it all. I watched 3 episodes. There's 9 episodes, an hour long of that shit.
10 episodes.
10 episodes? Jesus Christ. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me just preface this, okay? When I started it, I'm gonna do my best to close my mind to this. I'm not gonna think about the anime. I'm just gonna think about the show. Then I watched the show. And I'm like, this is weird. Because it feels like an anime. In all the wrong ways, but not the good ways. And hear me out real quick. I think that if you did never watch the anime, you'll watch this and be like, what the fuck am I watching? But it's kind of cool. It's stylized. It's kind of cool. But then you start like just watching it and realize that you have to watch the anime for this to even be somewhat enjoyable. And I watched the first episode of the anime after I watched the first 3 episodes of this. I'm like, holy shit. The first episode of the anime is so fucking good compared to what the fuck this is. I was highly disappointed. It was so hard to watch because everything was just so fucking cringy. And I think that's the problem. I can't get past the cringe factor of this. And to be frank with you, terrible acting.
So here's what hit me. It's a couple of things. One, it's more dramatic than the anime.
Yes. That's what's so weird about it.
I understand they had to do that.
No,
right?
they didn't.
But they didn't have to do it like this. The camera angles was way too much.
Yeah.
What blew me was a fight scene where you got a camera angle hitting the same scene from two different angles. So it's like one camera here, one camera here. They cut the screen in half and then put like, it was stupid. I was like, why you do this?
And then the tilted cameras all the time. That's not in the anime. Like, I went back to the anime. I'm like, why the fuck is this tilted camera angle here? It just don't look right.
And then what bothered me more than anything, and I found myself paying attention to it because it was always there, was the music. They did a really good job of putting quality music in, but they did an awful job of placement for it. The music was in places that it did not need to be in all the time. And the music seemed overwhelming sometimes. Like parts just didn't need music, or parts didn't need a music swell there, or parts didn't need that amplified sound there. They overdid it on the music, and it was like because they knew Cowboy Bebop fans were going to be super interested in
definitely
the music
about the music, yeah.
But I swear to you, if you finish it,
I will.
When you finish it, come back to me and let me know what you think about the music, because by episode 6 I was like, can y'all chill on the music a little bit?
I was thinking that in 3. I'm like, because it would not stop.
Episode 3, did they do the spaceship thing where they was trying to hunt down the dude,
the bear dude, Teddy? Yeah.
It was a scene in that one specifically where they were walking and the music just started picking up. Just doom, and they just like doing regular, casual, calm talk, and I'm just like, what the fuck is
dude, I noticed that shit too.
Here?
It's very fucking just weird. The acting is awkward as hell. Okay, I don't know what the fuck was going, like the direction they were getting when it came to like the scenes and shit. It was so, 3 episodes in, so I don't know, over the top, and again. Like you said,
might have a point with the direction, though. They might need a new director.
I think you're right. I think the direction is the problem, because like you said, the music and then the camera angles and then the over dramatization of just every fucking thing that just didn't even need it. Like, it was just too much, man. It was just too much. The anime is not like that.
Yeah, and the thing is the crazy thing is you can tell like the music director has real talent in the music field. Like, they know the sounds, they know what kind of music should go where, but they're doing too much of it. And it was like, it almost feels like if you got like a really good musical director or coordinator and then went over their heads on everything. Yeah. That's what it felt like. Like, you had a really, really good music coordinator and said, okay, let's do all of that, but then we're going to do even more. It was just, it really dragged it down for me in some spots, and it already was too dramatic. And
the fight scenes were terrible, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, agreed. But like the choreography, like I feel like somebody should have went to them and was like, "Hey, yo, who does Donnie Yen? Who does the Ip Man movies? Like choreography?" Because they tried, but it was like some of it was just too dramatic. And while I feel like some of it is stuff that Spike would do.
But it was stuff what Spike would do is smooth and fluid. This shit was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was almost like they couldn't record it smooth enough.
Yes. I think it's because I don't think the actors can perform it the proper way. And if the direction was better with how they did these fight scenes, I think it probably would have made up for the distaste that I had in my mouth watching it. I'm just like, I just can't. Like, between the music, I like the music a lot. It was just overwhelming, and it's for 40 fucking minutes, bro. I was like, it's too much.
The episodes hit an hour towards the end. They're like not 40 minutes anymore. They literally go to an hour long.
I'm like, fucking come on, bro. I would pause it, stand up, take a break. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, enough. Just make it 25 minutes, 30 minutes. That's more than enough to tell the story that they did. Well, I guess it's not, because Cowboy Bebop was like 80 episodes or some shit like that. But still, man, it's like, I was just fucking, it was just sensory overload with just, I know some people liking it. Shout out to, our friends who are like, hey, this is kind of cool. I'm kind of liking it. Is it bad that I'm liking it? But no, it's not bad that you're liking it. I'm glad you're liking it. But I'm telling you, go look at Cowboy Bebop original and then try to go back.
And I think, to be completely fair, I don't completely hate it.
Yes.
For all the things I dislike with it, I don't completely hate it.
Well said, because I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. I don't. It's bad. It's a bad adaptation, but I don't. It's not Dragon Ball Z Evolution. It's not Avatar. I'm not disgusted.
They did. I think they did better than the Death Note live adaptation.
Yes, I agree.
They did better than Dragon Ball adaptation.
Yes.
I think it's just so hard to do this and do it properly to pay proper homage to a series like this.
I don't know if it's that hard with Cowboy Bebop though, because Cowboy Bebop is so fucking grounded. Relative. When I say ground, I don't mean. Let me back up, because when I say grounded, it's a fucking space epic. Okay, so it's not necessarily grounded, but there's ways you can take, because the effects were good, like space effects and shit that they did were fantastic. But there's a way you could take this space epic, make it into a nice, small, drama-filled series with some better action, not all this camera angle and weird ass music coming in where it doesn't belong. It's so easy. It's easy because the show writes it fucking self. The show is incredibly written. Like, it's immaculately written. And then some of the detours they take, I'm like, but why?
Right? Why would you do that?
Okay, so for instance, let me real quick. I'm gonna just spoil the first episode. In the first episode of Cowboy Bebop. So when he met Catalina or whatever, right? And the dude gets shot by the syndicate. When he gets shot by the syndicate, that doesn't happen at all. Why would they change that particular moment? Because that particular moment would have made more sense if it would have stuck with the anime adaptation, because it was just so fucking heartbreaking at the beginning, because you didn't know who these people were. But when you met Catalina and they were escaping and they shot her belly or whatever, she was on the ship. They were getting ready to escape, and the guy was losing his fucking mind because of the red eye. The red eye obviously being that drug that he used in the first episode. He was in the ship with her, and they were about to escape to Mars, but the cops is right there, and they were about to shoot him up. She's like, looking at him lose his fucking mind. He's like, he's basically turning into a zombie drugoid. And that's how they should have kept it. Instead of him getting shot by the syndicate and dying in the ship, they should have kept it like that when he was going crazy because of the red eye, to show the importance of the red eye. Because then Catalina, she put him out of his misery. She shot him. And that shit was so much more impactful than what they did in the show. I'm like, wow, but why change that? Like, that didn't make any sense to change. So shit like that was just, it pissed me off. Like,
and there's another one that's later in, but I'm not going to talk about it too much. But there was just like the Sai Baba episode where the dude, the what do they call him, cult leader dude. That was like my favorite episode of the entire live action series, but it was still deeply like undertoned in comparison to like the anime. But it was still, to me, in my opinion, it was the best episode of the entire live action series because of just how they did it. And it was more creative than anything else in the entire show.
Right. See, it sounds like I hate it. The first 3 episodes I didn't hate. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, it was okay as fuck.
It was super okay as fuck.
You could live without it.
Definitely live without it. Like, just Cowboy Bebop is right there on Netflix too. Just watch that shit.
If you had to pick between, Dragon Ball, Death Note, and this for a live action series to watch, you gonna pick this?
Yeah, 100%, easily, without question. And that's a shame. Man, we shouldn't make that the standard. We shouldn't say that this is so good to where we like, all right, this is cool. This is just cool. Right. I'm happy with it, and be happy with that. No, we shouldn't, because it's not great, and we need to make sure they know that, because it's just not that great.
Yeah, give it a negative rating on Netflix, but y'all can do better.
Definitely, just let them know. Don't
listen to us and don't overdo do everything.
Anime fans, don't sell yourself short. Okay, I think that might be the title of this episode.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. 2. Get to know Mic Check Waifu. This might be a short episode. We're about to get to know Mic Check Waifu, where one of us rolls a random number generator, the other reads a question associated with that number. And this week's, it is Telle turn to roll the random number generator, and my turn to read the question.
49.
The question 49 is your glass half empty or half full?
I am a glass half full guy all the time.
What's my answer to this question? I don't really have one.
Polow is a realist. His glass has water in it.
There it is. As long as it got water in it, I'm all right. I'm not a glass half empty or glass half full guy. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's either.
I am a glass half full guy, and I'm just like, yeah, it's not bad. I'm not mad at this at all for any reason. It's still, everything is good when it's actually good.
My cup is in the middle. I don't. That's the best way I can describe me.
You give Polow a full cup of water, he'd be like, "Hey, I got water."
Exactly. Hey, some water. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not either or. Shout out to y'all for checking out our Arcane review. If you haven't already, make sure you watch Arcane on Netflix instead of Cowboy Bebop. You will be much happier with yourself.
Facts, big facts. Oh, factual.
And that's based off a video game, so that's even more of a slippery slope. Even though, yeah, there's how many video game adaptations is good?
Let's see.
Arcane, Witcher. The Witcher series on Netflix is good, but that's based off the books first, not necessarily a video game.
So the Sonic the Hedgehog movie
was that good?
I mean, it's okay as fuck.
I didn't watch it.
Wait, hold up. They're making a Minecraft movie.
Weird.
Yeah, Resident Evil.
Terrible.
Yeah, they're all bad, but
they're awful.
But it's Resident Evil.
There is a new one. There's a Monster Hunter movie that sucks cock.
I never watched that one though.
It's awful.
I remember watching the original Mario movie.
That's awful too.
I had nothing to do with the game.
No. How did Nintendo let that happen? That's some weird shit. That's a weird moment in time, man.
You know, Nintendo used to run brothels. They can get away with anything.
True. Yeah. All right. Let's take this quick break. When we come back, we're going to discuss spoilers for Platinum Man and Jobless Reincarnation. So if you watch those most recent episodes, what are the episodes of the particular show? I don't have my list pulled up.
Oh, for what? Platinum Man episode 8 and episode 9 of episode 8 of Platinum Man, episode 9 of
Jobless Reincarnation. All right. So if you haven't watched those episodes, come back when you do. And remember, next week, the winner, 2021 winter preview season. Is that 2022? I don't fucking know.
It's 2022.
2022 winter preview season coming up. I can't wait. I'm literally looking forward to that. I can't wait to pick my sleeper and beat Telle again.
Get you. I'm gonna do my research.
Don't do no research. That ain't how we do things.
I mean, looking at the picture. I'm like, the picture look hard, bro. It look creative.
That's okay.
And then all of a sudden, it's trash.
We got to stick to that method, bro. That method is not foolproof because we've been fooled a few times, but we just got to get. We just got to stick to it. We got to stick to it. Yeah, we can talk about Blue Period too. Sorry, Crystal. Nah, we ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna do that to her. We ain't gonna do that. All right, when we come back, we're gonna spoil those. So we'll be right back after these. episode 128 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, follow us on Twitter. We are about to spoil Platinum In. Yeah, I think this is the best episode they had probably since episode 1. Because it was necessary for this fucking show to progress forward. Like, I was so fucking tired of sitting in the same place, talking about the same shit, being weird about the same things. And mostly the girl who's been in the show, Mira, what's her name? It's a
side character A.
Side character A. I don't have my glasses on.
Her name is nope, it's just a bunch of angels. Hold up.
Saki.
Yeah, there you go, Saki.
Yeah. Like, Saki it's been absolutely terrible the entire show. A nuisance, a paperweight, completely a waste of space.
And she realized that this episode.
And she finally, for self-realization to happen this episode was what made this episode good for me. Because I'm like, oh, so you did have the same fucking thoughts we did. You fucking suck. And we find out why she sucks.
I agree. I think this is probably one of their best episodes. I think personally, in my opinion, this is the best episode.
In episode 1?
Yeah, I think
I don't know
because
about
episode 1 was just like giving us the taste for it, right?
She was so fire.
I think episode 1 was really good in terms of like setting the tone as to what it could have been, but everything after that, it was a disappointment. So it made me feel a little bit bitter about episode 1. This was a better step in the right direction for the entire series so far for me. I just don't think it was good enough, and I do think that there was a lot of, I guess, good realization as well. The fact that they gave us the backstory about Saki and our main character was good, and then finding out what she actually did and why she did it. I thought that was another good stepping point.
Yes.
I like what our main character did, although I do feel like it was out of character. For him to have done something so extreme.
No, it wasn't.
You don't think it was out of character, even though he was going to save her anyway, right?
Yeah, of course.
I think it would have been more in his character to take her to the top of a building that was like super easy for her to fall off of and just say.
No, I think it had to be done this way in order
for her to realize that she wanted to still be alive.
And for her to realize that, I mean, call me selfish, but I think this is what he was being. For her to realize she needed him. I think that was a power play. You know? I don't think they think that deep. I think that's just my own analytical mind making it think that deep so I can enjoy it more. But I think that makes the most sense to me. But yeah, it's not great. It's not. I mean, it's not bad. It was a good episode.
It was a better episode.
The show's not great.
Yeah, the show is not great. This episode puts them, it aligns them in the way to make the show better. This show could end as an average to above average show with it going in this direction and staying better. I
also think what was important was the best friend of Metro Boomin, man.
Yeah, Metro Boomin.
Yeah, I think
recognizing.
Yeah, I think his friend recognizing that this probably could be Metropolitan was cool too, but then they didn't do anything further with that.
I think that like, and here's the thing is I think they're gonna start pressing that issue further next episode, right? Not just from the best friend, but also from our characters because they now have an idea as to what he may look like. Pale, handsome man. We know he goes to school with Saki. So we have an idea as to what he could look like. And they do kind of have an overall presence for him.
Right. I mean, we already knew what he looked like.
We knew, but the main characters didn't.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Hopefully some more progression. I'm tired of this shit. I want progression. Like more forward progression.
Yeah, and I think I think what the issue with this is that they don't have to get active to have progression. A series like this would be great with more fucking like mind intensity,
like character development moments like we just had. Even Revel, which is Saki's angel, wanting to get promoted so he can then help her better. It's cool too. Yeah,
like, and when I say mind intensity, I mean more like it would be nice to see a battle of wits, right?
Yes.
Like, let's say the next episode we find out like our main. Yeah, like the best friend finds out that he is thinking that this is Metro Poly Man. And then our characters go to the school and they're like, okay, let's just scope out and see what's going on. And they have like a mental battle.
Metro Poly Man is hilarious. Oh my god.
Polywag, Metro Polywrath.
I'm sorry, that got me good.
whatever his name is. They go to his school and they're trying to see whatever key they can find just to get a hint. Almost give me a taste of Death Note without it being Death Note.
Man, yeah. At this point, to save it, you might have to become Death Note.
This is making me second guess my love and like interest in Death Note. Like, was Death Note really that good?
We might have to revisit it.
That's what I'm saying. Like. If I'm not fucking with this, was Death Note really that good?
Yeah, because the writing in this is rough, bro.
It's rough as fuck, bro. Or is it just the adaptation? I don't know, but it's just I think it's rough, bro. I
just think it's the writing, because you can only do so much. I don't know. It could be just a manga thing, manga being better than this, but I just don't see that being the case. I don't see this being a what's that shit called? Promise Neverland situation. Fuck, man.
From what I've been told, the pacing is what's fucking this up.
Interesting.
Like how they're putting the story together. Like, it's not that it's not telling the same story, but it's just the delivery in the manga is better. And I feel like that's consistent with a lot of people or a lot of series in general. But this one, I feel like, yeah, the cliffhangers are definitely fucking it up, but it's like that's not the only thing.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Let's move on to a show that is very good. Jobless,
really good.
Jobless Reincarnation, man. Moments in this show puts a physical smile on my face. Like, not just my heart smile, but a physical smile that just breaks the fuck out when certain situations happen, you know? Or like when he finally was chilling with Lilia. Like, that was that Lydia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The maid.
Yeah. When he was talking to her, and that whole interaction and conversation was incredible. And it wasn't too much, you know, but it was enough for me to be like, I'm glad this happened because of how many years has passed. She ain't aged a bit, by the way. And just how it was great. It was just great. I'm ready for him to see his mom, though. I hope his mom is okay. That's who I'm mainly worried about.
I think that this episode was cool. I was a little disappointed by the fact that Rudius had to be saved, but we knew that was a possibility. I thought it would have been really cool to see him like get some kind of like, I guess, like training in a little bit, just trying to figure out how he can surpass whatever limitations he currently has.
They made that clear last episode that
it was a king level.
Yeah,
it was gonna be hard for him if he did.
Impossible.
He's a king level caster already, but it's meant to stop king level casters.
If he was anything else but magic, all he is magic. Yeah. So I mean,
or he would have to be the step up above king, which is I think like god level or something like that. But basically, the interactions in this episode were so much better. I loved the ending interaction with his sister.
Oh yes, bro.
That shit had me, bro. I was like, let's go.
She's adorable. The fact she knew who she was, who he was.
Yeah, but also just the whole time it felt like she was playing him after that.
Yep.
Like, she knew that was really her brother, but it was also like, let's keep saying my brother's a pervert. Let's just keep doing it just because.
Yep. Oh God, it's so good. I'm so sad that all we have is 3 more episodes. That is what's killer to me, because I don't feel like it's been enough.
And this is still really only the first season. Exactly,
only the first season. It hasn't been enough to kind of like give us more. You know, I need, where's Ghislaine at? Where's his mama?
That ain't none of our business till they show us.
That's exactly right. I will say this. This spring or whenever the fuck this came out, I don't even remember. This has the best intros of any anime ever. This shit is incredible.
Audio wise, I don't agree, but like
no, it's not about audio. It's not about
visually and editing and like how they do the transition into the episode. 100%.
Not about audio, because fuck intros. Period. Intros are fine. I like, okay, the music's cool. I hear them once, and then after that, I just fast forward to them because I just don't care. I don't.
Polow.
I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck about an intro, because for one, intro spoils shit, and two, I don't need it to take 1 minute and 50 seconds to get to the fucking show that I'm trying to watch 25 episodes or 12 episodes of. It don't make no fucking sense. I don't care. I just don't care about these intros. Fuck them. Okay. There are some that are legit, but with Jobless Reincarnation, we get content as the intro, and that is the best shit you can do for an anime.
And that's what I was saying. That does make these intros more than bearable. So like for the anime that we do skip the minute and 30 seconds, minute and 50 seconds of, we don't need those.
No.
This is the most creative intro. And I always thought as a kid when I was younger, like if I made an anime, I would want to make intros that evolve with the anime or the show.
Yes.
Sorry. This does that extremely well. And it always gives us context. Beginning, whether in the beginning or whether in the end, it always gives us context in the episode or in the intro or outro. And that's just, to me, that's artistic.
I love that. It's the best. It's the absolute best. I don't care about these. Like, I love, like, the song in Banished from a Hero's Party intro is incredible. I love that song. I don't care to hear it anymore because I've heard it once. Like, why would I care? Why would these intros, fuck them. Sorry, Panda.
Fire Force Season 1.
Fuck that intro. It was fine.
I had that intro play every single time I turned that anime.
It was fine. Fuck that intro, though. I don't care.
Really?
I don't give a fuck.
Samurai Champloo?
I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
I heard it once. The outro I heard a lot more because I didn't have a choice because of fucking Toonami. But Samurai Champloo, the music inside the show was just as good. So why the fuck would I need the intro and outro to satisfy me? No, it was fine. I hear it once. I'm good. Never again do I need to hear it. Ever.
Okay.
I do
feel like this is a little bit of blasphemy.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Who gives a fuck? Fuck the intro. Y'all know y'all. Oh, this intro fire. Yeah. No.
I don't.
The dramatics with
certain anime.
The dramatics with these intros are overstated. I think y'all don't give a fuck about these intros for real. Y'all just pretend because y'all like the song y'all heard once.
It depends. Certain anime, I listen to the intro every time. Other anime, I'll be like, nah, skip the shit. Like you said, Banished from a Hero's Party, I think had a really good intro, but I don't listen to that shit.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just, I ain't got time. That's all. It's a time thing for me.
You could just put anime on 1.5 and just.
You're an idiot. Oh my God, I hate it here. Okay, so before we wrap up, I do want to say that I did tell you about me going through AniList and just adding a bunch of shit to my list. I know a lot of people aren't going to hear it this far, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. There was so much. I ended up getting my total anime up to 434. Now I know. Now I know I watched way more than that. I obviously don't remember all of them, but I went through season by season by season by season and looked at everything that I remembered I watched. But while I was doing that, there was a bunch of shit that I just added to my watch list now that I have in here. So including that the Bahamut Chronicle that is in there. There has been so far 2 shows that I picked up, started, and dropped. I know I told myself I don't have an episode rule anymore, but I just been saying, okay, I'm gonna watch 1 or 2 and see how I feel about it. So the two shows I dropped, I can't remember where they were because I think I cleared them off and forgot where I left them. Oh, Senra You Girl. That one I dropped. Actually, let me drop it off now. Very interesting concept, kind of like Comey Can't Communicate, but not as good. And it was one more. Can't seem to find it, but those two, I'm like, I can't watch it because they were just not good at all. Oh, was it this one? No, I actually watched a few episodes of this one. Actually, I Am. Have you heard of that one? You're muted.
Actually, I Am. I haven't heard of that one.
So this one is about a vampire chick in school who gets her secret outed. Not really get her secret out, but get found out by one of the most honest characters or the most honest people in the entire school. Like, they call him Leaky Basket because they can read him like a book because he's so bad at lying and just like hiding his true feelings. So he finds out that she's a vampire, and now he has to keep the secret because that's been his crush. So it's a very interesting romance comedy that has very unique characters. Like, one is an alien, one is a vampire. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I did end up watching 5 episodes of it. The fuck? I watched 5 episodes of that shit. I'm a wild boy. But yeah, I got a bunch of slice of life that I'm gonna come back to y'all with probably in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that. Tell, you got any closing thoughts?
I'm adding anime to my finish list now because I should have been to this too. Because with the anime I've watched this year alone, I'm like, I've watched so much shit that I'm pretty sure that like there's a ton of stuff I haven't even said I watched. But I need to update my stuff, and looking at the stuff that I don't have completed, it's just so much stuff I probably should have had. But yeah, it's a good feeling to just look at it and be like, oh, you know what? This says completed. This says complete. It's like just having a proper list of shit that you already got done. And I think, AniList.co is the best way to do that. This shit is incredible. Kind of want to rewatch Prison School now that I see it right here.
I just said that as completed too. that was a good. Shout out to Dexter for getting me to watch that one.
Dexter got you on that one?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Many, many years ago.
Dexter always had some sleepers, huh? He got me on High School of Dead.
Yeah. That one I just kind of happenstance found on the site that shall not be named. Rest in peace, that site.
That was your cup of tea to begin with.
That's a fact. Man, I got so much slice of life. I'm excited. I'm probably going to start some more after I finish this Bahamut of Chronicles tonight because I ain't going to sleep. I ain't tired. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
All right. We just finished talking about updating our Annie list. Let us know if you want to add us on Annie list. Check out what we've been watching. Feel free to do that. We also finished talking about Jobless Reincarnation in this latest episode. It's got some wholesome moments in there. Don't sleep on it just because Rudy is a little bit of a pervert. Like his sister tried to sleep on him. Platinum End. Pretty good episode. You guys did a better job this time. And we happy to see it. On that break, let us know what you thought about that song curated by our personal DJ, Polow, Born Fly. All right. Get to know Mic Check Waifu. We talked about glass half full and glass half empty. Polo kind of that it's water in my cup kind of guy. We also talked about how Polo forgot to watch all the Cowboy Bebop. It was still, it ain't bad, but it's also just not good. They overdoing some stuff. They could just tone it down a bit and it'd probably be better. Also, next week, don't forget, we are talking about the winter anime for winter 2022. See what's on the list. Read along with us and see what's going to be our sleeper for the season. Next to Undefeated Bahamut Chronicles, Polo is talking about we're watching new stuff, and he says not a good one. I also picked up Link Click. I'm going to finish that next week and give some more thoughts on that. And then we also talked about 1 Week Friends, and I'm going to also add to my watch list because that sounds really good. Polo did a good job of describing that one. We also had our episodes of the week. Mine was Link Click and Polo's was Platinum End. Like we said, Platinum End had a really big upgrade this weekend.
Yes, sir. Most improved. Most
improved. That's crazy, bro. Most improved.
Wow, damn.
It is. And that's been episode 128 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.